Hi, this is Brooke and I have two DIY projects for you today, and then I'm going to use both of them to decorate my tiered tray. Welcome. I'm glad you picked my channel to watch, so let's get to the projects. So I just wanted to show this video so you could have something fun to watch and see, what crafts are out there and that you can make, and I don't know, just get you inspired to shop your house. Maybe you already have supplies on hand, or you can do something, fun to make. So that's why I'm sharing this video with you, because it was just something I did and I just wanted to inspire you to maybe come up with your own craft or finish that craft that you started. Like my signs were something that I had started and I wanted to finish. My beaded garland, I had bought those a long time ago, those beads, like 6 months or more ago. And so this was the perfect opportunity because I had extra time to just get it done. And I'm very happy with how they all turned out. So for both products, I use the Apple Barrel Black paint, and I also used the Apple Barrel White. It's just the standard matte acrylic paint. Got them both at Walmart for their $50 or $1 or whatever they are. I like just the standard acrylic paint, so I wanted to share that first before I get in how to do my signs and wood bead garland. I have previously shown my reversible signs in my different haul videos or decorating videos. So this is one I made previously. It says gather on one side and then Christmas on the other, and I do have one that says Merry also. So if you have seen my Christmas like tiered trays or home tour, I did use this on one of my tiered trays this year for Christmas. But then I had 2 pieces of wood left to go in the inside and a bunch of extra trim pieces. So I wanted to make one for my friend so she could have a reversible one with the stencils I had left over, and then I wanted to make another one for myself. And so why I had so many trim pieces left over is because when we first did this, measured this, cut them to the length we wanted them from the stencils. We bought a 1x4 piece of wood. So then so when you buy a 1x4, it's only technically like 3 3/4 and then 3 3/4. But we cut these to the 6 inches that we wanted it, but then these were all too short, all the side pieces, because I have the long over the top. So I had to go buy more wood and redo the side pieces and then stain them. And so when I did all these, I had my husband cut down a couple of the extra inside pieces to fit the other sides. So that's what I used on the new ones, was the previous top and bottom and side pieces, and then we just cut these to be a little smaller. And then the one you see in the video I made for my friend that says thankful and Easter, that's the 2 sayings she wanted. And then I did grow on one side and love on the other. And I just thought it'd be nice to have one that's black with white words instead of all my other ones are white with black words, or they're like colored for the different holidays. So the stencils I used are from a place called Crossing My Heart Creations, and I can list her Etsy shop down below, and she's also the daily DIYer on YouTube, so I can link her channel and her Etsy shop. And that's where I originally found her stencils, and the idea of how to do these is she used her stencils and made a frame or made a wood sign, but it didn't have the frame. But I really wanted the frame on mine, so I went that extra step and figured out how to find the frame. My husband cut all the wood on my father-in-law's chop saw, I think it's called. But I just want to say, when you're doing that, measure, cut the side pieces, cut the top pieces, and put it together and make sure it fits, and kind of do that, because we tried to measure and we're like boop, boop, boop going through, and then I get home and I'm like, oh, these don't fit together. So make sure you're checking and measuring and getting them to fit together, because we didn't take in consideration very well the blade width. So lesson learned on that. So now we know for future projects. So these are what they look like when they come. And I'm assuming she made them on like a Cricut or a Silhouette, and they do kind of have the ray done. And it's a one-time use stencil. This is just a big sticker, and she has instructions on her website. You smooth it out, you peel off the back layer, you press it down, push it on your wood, and then peel it off and paint. So as you can see, the black was a little better, but on my white, you can kind of see you know, where it came off there. So I just sanded all mine to kind of look like they're distressed and rustic rather than become obsessed about the paint peeling off a bit. Maybe there's other paint you can use. So I'll link all that below. I did get my wood at Menards. So the wood I bought was a 1x4 select board green end. And then I bought, and it was like the nicer one where it was smooth on the front and back. So I didn't have to do a lot of sanding on that because I was like, I'm just going to pay the couple more dollars and then I don't have to do as much work. I did sand all these pieces just a little bit, just so they wouldn't like hurt or like have slivers, but not that much because I wanted them rustic. And those were the Universal Forest Products, a 1x2 by 8 foot. And then it's the common Euro spruce is what I got there. So the stain I used was the Valley Urethane Premium Fast Dry Wood Stain in the color True Brown. So, and I still have a fair amount here, so I could do tons more side pieces. And then to put on the top and side piece, we use finishing nails. So, of course, when you go to Menards, you can't get like a dozen or 20 pack. You have to buy the gazillion pack. So these are the Grip Fast Finish Nails 3D, approximately 1 1/4 inch, and a pound of them. So that's what they are. That's the box. So I have tons of these. And we didn't use any glue because it's just going to sit on a shelf. We just decided not to. Just the new nails. And then you're going to need what is called a finisher. There they are. See how the nails are right there? My husband does the nailing for me and the cutting of the wood. I paint and stain. So it's just a little tip and then you go ting, 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 and it'll make it flush with that. We did 2 on each side, 2 on top and bottom. That's the products I use for my wood signs. I will link what I can below, but I just wanted to show you how to do this because I know I've shown these signs in other videos, and so I just thought I'd put together my last 2 that I have right now and show you how I did it. So that's gonna be the next clip. I already had them stained, but it's me painting, putting on the stencil, and then my husband doing the finishing nails and putting it all together. So I will show that clip and you can just kind of see how it goes. And if you have any questions on that, please leave them down below. So here's how we put the signs together. So the second DIY I have for you is my wood bead garland. If you watch my Easter home tour, I had a natural wood bead garland, and I did this the same way except for I painted the beads. That one I just left them natural and used the jute twine because I just wanted a natural one. But then I got to thinking, because I bought 6 packs of beads and I only used 3 packs, and they're the 16 count beads from Hobby Lobby. I will insert a picture here of what they look like. They're, I think, the 1 inch, I don't remember. They're the 16 count beads. That's the size I wanted. I wanted, like, not the huge ones, but not the itty bitty ones, so I got kind of a medium ground, I think. They came in 16 in a pack, and I got them for 50% off, so I want to say they were like 75 cents to $1 for each pack, so pretty reasonable. And I didn't know like how long I wanted it, so I just picked up 6. I think they had 6 on the shelf when I bought them, so I just grabbed them all. So when I made my natural one, I kind of did the different lengths, and I decided that 3, 16, which is 48, would be the good length for what I have in mind, what I want to use it for like my tier trays, my bookshelf, my centerpiece, my sofa table, wherever I want to use it. And so then I had 3 packs left, so I could make a whole nother one. And I was like, do I want another natural one? And then I got to thinking, I was like, ooh, I could do a black and white one, because I do a lot of the black and white buffalo check throughout the year. And so I'll show you my black and white bead garland. So this is how it turned out. I have a clip of me going through the process of this, but I kind of wanted to explain it first, and then you can just watch how I made it. I just took some bamboo skewers, and so I just laid it over like an ice cream bucket that I had, and I did put all the white, how many white ones I was going to paint on skewers, and then the black on a different bucket. The black went on nice and smooth, didn't really need any sanding, but the white was a little more clumpy, so I didn't want one sanded and rustic and the other not. So I did sand both of them. So depending on how your white goes on and what you want it to look like, you could go either way. But I did sand both of mine, and you can see probably the black better than the white. So I just wanted to take off those rough edges and give it the little bit more rustic look, and I'm definitely satisfied with the rustic look. I like it very much. I think I would have maybe sanded it anyways, so I do like it. And then I just made some jute tassels. Oh, look, and they're not even. This jute twine is in a 3-pack roll at Dollar Tree. And I found it over by like, kind of like the automotive stuff, and then like the clips and things like that. I found one online, and I can insert a picture of it here, but this one comes with the green in the middle, so I suppose just depending on what time of year it is and things like that. But I did find 3 rolls for $1. This was like not thin but not thick. It was kind of a medium thickness, and I used it to string it, and then I used it to make my tassels. So when I make tassels, I always make a cardboard cutout, and then I lay, so like the string that's in the beaded garland, I lay across this and tuck it in, because I have a little slit here. So I tuck that in, and then I loop it, and I loop each of these 50 times, and then I take that string that's off and I pull it up and tie it in a knot and get it as close to the end bead as I possibly can. There is a little like give or room in there, which is nice, because I did make one super tight one time, and then you can't move it very well. So I'm like, you need a little room in there, a little movement in there. So once you have that looped and tied on here, I always take it and flatten it out, and then tie my like little head off, I guess you could call it. It looked like a little doll when I was doing it. So me and Nick were like laughing about, oh, look at my little doll. I'm gonna make a voodoo doll out of you. Not that we did, but it was just, you know, we're in quarantine and being weird. I should say we're in stay at home, be safe, which I totally agree with, but sometimes you get a little goofy, right? And so I don't do a big like wrap around, because I've seen some of those, and so I just decided, I looped it around a couple times, tied it knot, and the way we went. And then I trimmed, you know, you gotta like cut through the circle. And this twine, I even have like these super nice Fisker like cut through anything scissors, and man, I had to, you gotta do a little bit at a time. And it does make a mess, so be prepared. You're going to have little scraps of stuff all over. And so as you see, and then mine are not even, so once I'm done with this video, I will be going back and fix that, because you can't have that. And I did go through the 2 beaded garlands that I made. I only went through 2 of the little twines, so you don't need a whole lot. This is how big they are. I'm very happy with how my beaded garland turned out. I will show how I did the beaded garland here and go through kind of me painting it and stringing it and making the tassels at the end. And so I hope you enjoy that. And then up next is the tiered tray. I am back with my tiered tray, and in front of me I have everything laid out that I wanted to use. I kind of had to position you here so you could see the tiered tray. So I hope you can see everything okay. I'm down in my room because people are home now, of course, and so I didn't want to do it up in the kitchen like I usually do, so you get a little bit different background right now. And so what inspired this tiered tray and my decor after Easter here is I picked up these pink tulips. And they they're the real ones, and they're so nice. I got 30, so I got 3 bunches of 10. So I wanted to use some on my tiered tray. I'm gonna put some in a flower pot kind of thing. So stay tuned to see my, undecorate and clean with me's that I love to do for you guys. And so last night I was like, okay, I need to film my new tiered tray to show everybody with my DIYs. And so I came down to my room about 9:30 last night because I'd been eating a lot of candy, and I think that's when my sugar kicked in. I came down here and had no inspiration photo this time, just knew I wanted to use my black and white buffalo check, some pink, a little bit of purple, some green, with the greenery and different that to throw in there, and, just some of my metal pieces. So I just started going through all my decor. I'm very happy with how this tiered tray turned out. I was so excited when I was done. I was like, went over and talked to my husband. I'm like, yes, I just pumped out the best tiered tray I think I've ever done with no inspiration. So I'm very excited about this tiered tray. So I hope that doesn't annoy you, but I'm very excited. So I have put this together already because I just find it easier that if I get all my inspiration out and figure out how to do it, it's a lot easier for me to go through it with you guys. Otherwise, it's a lot of trial and error and it's a boring video. So I feel this is better, and this is how I like to do it. And I started with the top. So I'm just gonna kind of do it how I did it by myself without all the running around and picking out different things. So the first thing I decided I want to use is just this little metal jug that I got from IKEA, and I have a black one that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I haven't used this yet, so I was like, I want to use this. I have black and white, so this is the first thing I got. And usually these taller things only fit kind of back here behind this metal, or I would have to put it in the front, but I can't do it on the side because of the handle. So that's going to go back here. And so here's the pink jar I used from Hobby Lobby at Easter time. And I just thought that would, bring in a little pink, my background colors, how I like to do things in the background. And then of course I needed to use not needed, wanted to use my new sign I made, and one side is grow and the other is love, in which both of them would work perfect for this, but I am going to use grow since it's more of like a springy kind of time one. And then I thought right up here, this would be super cute, my little milk can, Hobby Lobby. I'll stop telling you where everything's from. You can just assume it's Hobby Lobby, Target, or Amazon. So then I have, they come long stemmed, and of course I knew those wouldn't fit in there, so I bent a couple, and I bent them pretty small, and I just put them in there like that. There we go, now you can see it a little better. And so I just have those two sticking out there, and then I didn't know what I wanted to put here, but I always have these moss stones, and these are from the Dollar Tree. So I just put a couple in here, and then I got a one cotton thing just to add a little bit of that white and green. So I'm going to leave that there for now, and I'm going to start on the bottom. So I knew I wanted to use one of my wood houses, and this is the biggest wood house in those stackable ones from Hearth and Hand. So I put that in there, and I usually like to put it like on the side or in the back. She's never like a center focus. And then I got out my little metal basket and filled it with some buffalo check hearts just to add a little bit more of the buffalo check. And I'm just going to set that in the back there. And then I had recently got the pinch and dash bowls from Rae Dunn. And it does come with this nice little plastic stacker in the middle. And I've been dying to use these. So I was like, perfect, black and white, going on my tier tray. And then I just have a little riser I'm going to use. And put them over here just to set up there. And then I was looking through my stuff and I was like, So I found this little basket, and I didn't want to use it like a basket. So I wanted to use it in a little bit of an untraditional way. Now you can see it a little better. I'm sorry. So I'm going to set it here on its side. And once again, I took my pink tulips and I had to fold them. And I'm just going to lay them in here. So they're kind of, you know, hanging out there. They're like spilling out of the basket. And then I really wanted to use my new little teacup here, my baby one. So we're going to set that in there. And then I was like, I wanted to bring some more green into it because I just have the green with the greenery, but I wanted to bring in a little bit more green. So I have this little green jar that I found at the Goodwill, and then just my little white flowers I use all the time. So I just thought that would add a little bit more greenery. And then I knew the bottom would be kind of sparse because that's where I wanted to use my beaded garland at. So I'm just going to kind of loop it around here over the bucket, kind of put it in there. And then I just had it filling up this, and then, you know, kind of tuck that back there, the tassel. So there's that. And so then when I was looking at it, maybe do that a little bit, do a little futz in here. Give me a second. So when I was looking at this, I was like, I either need to put flowers back here in that pot or like something here. So I have these long succulents, and I just wanted to try to drape that over here. Let me turn you here. So I have that long succulent, and that kind of filled up that space a little bit, but I still just wanted maybe a little more height, and I wanted to add some purple. And these are one of my favorite lavenders, and these are from the wedding section of Hobby Lobby. And so I just wanted to maybe stick them in here, because in there they fall straight in. I didn't want to have to deal with propping them up. And then it kind of like messes with the underneath of my cabinet and stuff like that. So I just decided, because that succulent is back there, to just stick them back there. And so there is my, there's my tier tray. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments how you're decorating for after Easter. Are you going straight to summer? Are you still going to do like a hybrid of spring and summer? Or if you just decorated for spring and are keeping it out, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.